From $1 million hypercars to the strangest rides that you'll ever see, this is Celebrity Car Collections. Leonardo DiCaprio drives battery-powered cars because he cares about the environment. Christian Bale drove a Lamborghini Murcielago, and Batman a Ford GT40 in Ford vs Ferrari. But in real life he drives a Toyota Tacoma. Mr. Bean, also known as Rowan Atkinson, is a true car enthusiast, driving everything from a modified Aston Martin race car to a vintage BMW Roadster. He's most known for his one of 64 McLaren F1 that he bought in 1997. It has 620 horsepower. It weighs as much as it has no stability control, no power steering, and no driver aids. Mr. Bean crashed his McLaren F1 twice. The first time he rear-ended another car and damaged it. The second time he smashed into a tree and a road sign, and his car caught on fire. The $1 million repair bill was the biggest car insurance claim in the UK. But thanks to the magic of appreciation, he was able to sell the F1 in 2015 for $11 million more than what he bought it for. It's a very tasteful collection. Kevin Hart is a subcompact human, but his cars are massive. One standout in his collection of classics is his 1970 Dodge Charger Hellraiser. The modified muscle car has a 7-liter supercharged engine with 1,000 horsepower and a lightweight carbon fiber body. The performance company behind the build also installed a roll cage for safety, a precaution likely taken after Kevin's last car got totaled. So, unlike Mr. Bean, Kevin didn't make any money off his car crash. Pope Francis got a Lamborghini Huracan in 2017 as a gift that was hand-delivered to him by the Lamborghini president. The Pope signed the hood, then blessed the Holy Huracan, but he never ended up driving it. Rather than doing heavenly highway pulls, Francis donated his miracle whip to charity, and instead drives an old Renault Ford. The Pope encourages his followers to drive humble cars and focus more on helping the less fortunate. He says that before buying a fancy car, just think about how many children are dying of hunger in the world. Justin Bieber got a Diddy-flavored Lamborghini Gallardo as a 16th birthday present, and he's been acquiring crazy cars ever since. Like this Batmobile-style Cadillac CT-SV, the car was fitted with suicide doors and it's fully blacked out just like Diddy's victims. Justin also bought a Ferrari 458 that he decided to cosmetically modify. Despite a colorful wrap and a wide body kit, he still somehow managed to lose the car for 3 weeks. He also has a leopard print Audi R8, a hazardously shiny Fisker Karma, and a Rolls-Royce Wraith that was modified to look like a concept car. Once you get enough money and status, normal things just don't cut it anymore. This applies to more than just cars. In 1999, Jerry Seinfeld bought a $1 million building in one of the best neighborhoods in New York City, but it wasn't for him. It was for his cars. Seinfeld owns the rarest Porsches of all time, with his most valuable being his 1969 Porsche 917K race car. Its 4.6-liter, 12-cylinder engine makes a measly 515 horsepower, but the car is incredibly lightweight, giving it a violent 0 to 60 of 2.7 seconds. It's the world's fastest. Canoe Seinfeld's model was the same one used by Steve McQueen in the movie Lil, which helps push its valuation to over $20 million. Fun fact: this car is actually about to be up for sale. If you're in the market, now's your chance. Travis Scott has a 1.6 million open-top Maybach, a 1.500 horsepower Bugatti Chiron, and an ultra-exclusive LaFerrari Aperta. But the artist says that getting a nice car was never enough for him. He likes to customize them himself. One of his creations was this Lamborghini Huracan with a camouflage wrap that hides him from traffic laws when he's driving on the wrong side of the road. He also sent a Lamborghini Aventador to West Coast Customs to get it chocolate dipped, and it looked so sweet that he started doing ad-libs. But Travis got in some hot water when he bought a pristine condition BMW E30 M3 for $250,000 and modified it to look like a rally car. Travis Scott doing what he wanted to a car that he paid for was seen as an act of blasphemy to the BMW purists. In the late 70s, Jackie Chan made a business partnership with Mitsubishi to exclusively feature their cars in all of his films. In 2005, the pair teamed up to make a Mitsubishi Evo 9 Jackie Chan edition. Only 50 of the special models were produced, with one of them going to Mr. Chan himself. The Mitsubishi Evo was known for dusting Lamborghinis on racetracks, and it quickly became a classic enthusiast car, but none of the death-defying stunts of Jackie Chan can compare to the stunt Mitsubishi pulled when it decided to jump off a. Being too buff to fit in a Pagani Huayra sounds like a tough life. Ex-President Ronald Reagan drove a car that he had to keep secret. In the 1980s, American automotive manufacturers were under attack as Japanese companies like Toyota and Honda began flooding the market with more reliable, efficient, and affordable cars. The US responded to this foreign threat the same way. It responded to the COVID-19 epidemic, government policies, and beating up Asians. Disgruntled US autoworkers started taking their grievances out on Japanese cars and Japanese-looking Americans, so it makes sense that the President of the United States wanted to hide the fact that he had a Japanese-made Subaru Brat. Joe Rogan likes the performance of modern cars but the styling of vintage cars. And with infinite money, you can have both. Joseph's 1970 Plymouth Kudo was fully upgraded with all new internals and a 750 horsepower Mercury racing engine. He's also got a Guntherworks Porsche 911, which is an older 993 model that got an expensive reboot. He has some other cool resto mods too. F1 legend Lewis Hamilton says he hates sitting in a car for more than a couple of hours. If he's out driving one of his toys and he suddenly loses interest, he calls up a tow truck to bring it back to his. Inside that garage, you'll find a McLaren P1, 2 LaFerraris, and a Shelby Cobra. His coolest car is his Lewis Hamilton Edition Pagani Zonda 760. The $2 million hypercar has a 760 horsepower V12 mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, and Lewis Hamilton hates it. The Zonda is terrible too. It's the best sounding car I own, but handling-wise it's the. That might explain why he crashed it in 2015 and sold it a few years later to a new owner that also crashed it. Many tall tales have been told about Cristiano Ronaldo's car collection. When the one-of-one Bugatti Lavoisier Noir sold for $18 million, news headlines claimed that the buyer was Ronaldo, which turned out to be false. When a Lamborghini Aventador went airborne, people claimed that Ronaldo was behind the crash, but it wasn't actually him or his car. When an ultra-rare 1957 Ferrari 335S sold at auction for $35 million, news headlines claimed that Ronaldo had tried to get the car and was outbid by. But Messi debunked this rumor with an Instagram post. Although much of the folklore surrounding Ronaldo's car collection is false, his real collection, valued at over $20 million, is still pretty cool. He's got some of the rarest Ferraris, McLarens, and G-Wagons, but his $9 million, 1 of 10 Bugatti Chanteau d'Aisai, is his most legendary. Paul Walker didn't like flashy cars. According to his friend, if a car was too fancy, he was embarrassed. Most of the time, he would drive around in a pickup, but for special occasions, he kept some things in his garage. He had a few American performance vehicles, one of them being the ultra-rare Celine S7, a car with so much downforce it could theoretically be driven upside down. He had a fleet of E36 M3 lightweights because he believed the special edition cars would go up in value, which they did. But Paul's legacy is most embodied in his Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. The R34 is the holy grail of Japanese car culture, with a powerful twin-turbo inline-6 and telepathic levels of handling. The fact that it was never officially sold in the U.S. added to its allure, and its use in the Fast and the Furious movies brought it to legendary status. Paul's R34 sold in 2023 for $1.3 million. Little Uzi Vert buys expensive cars and covers them with anime characters.